Hello and welcome to the Tome podcast. I'm your host, Minty. Sat with me today, I have Pops and Neal. How are we doing, Pops? You okay today?
All right.
Good. And Neal?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. Just before we start quickly, please remember to follow us on socials. I know we haven't been very active recently, but I am going to try and get better at that.
You took over Instagram,
Yeah,
so you need
now
to
slow down.
It's falling off a cliff. I don't know about slow down.
Yeah. But please, can we ask for people to leave reviews and tell your friends.
Subscribe to YouTube.
We are now over 200 plays on Spotify.
That's amazing.
Which is
Not
lovely.
Not bad.
Yeah, or any questions you have for us.
Yes.
About board games.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just chat to us.
Well, if you were on social media, maybe people would ask us questions.
No, all we've been saying on social media is follow this Kickstarter. Follow this Kickstarter. How about this Kickstarter? It's like, okay. Today's episode is video game adaptations. I think this is one we've been looking forward to for a little while. It's the one that's had the most prep done. I can tell you that much.
We have done quite a bit
You're
of
saying
prep.
that we don't prep.
I mean, when I say prep, I mean research.
Okay.
It's had the most research done.
Any
We actually
excuse
put
to
Smith in.
play games.
Yeah, be that video or board. Let's talk about what we've done this month. My month's been pretty solid, really, for board games. I've played every game I bought from the expo so
Nice.
far. Got Distilled to the table the other day. I did play it with my 5-year-old. But it was
won?
good fun. I won. I wasn't going to let her win. Don't learn that way. She was close, though, to be fair. I think it was 217 to 275.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was pretty
I've
good.
not played it yet. We'll have to.
We're gonna
fix
have to play it because it's incredible. I played Spirit Island as well from one of the games that went under because of tariffs. One of the companies that went under because of tariffs. Really hard. I think I lasted 2 rounds I was playing once again with my daughter, and we just got annihilated by the game. So I'll have to try that again and make sure we're playing it properly.
Probably not knowing our usual way of playing games to begin with.
Pops, anything to report from this month? Apart from the little one moving around.
Nightmare. Yeah, we both invested in a new game,
We did.
Rumble Slam,
Yeah.
which kind of goes on to some of that we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got the base game and the deluxe. No, the superstar ring. So it doubles up as a storage box. Still got to paint it. Built it, but I haven't painted it yet because we're still working on what kind of style we want to go with. You want to go with kind of like Nitro, Monday Night Nitro / Raw.
Oh no, 2001 SmackDown.
Oh, you want to
The
go? Oh yeah,
fist
sorry, yeah. You want?
Out the
I want to go classic before Monday Night Nitro WCW.
What about In Your House, 96?
Wow.
It's a lot of purple.
That's that. Well, yeah, but then so's WCW. That's quite a lot of light blue.
Oh, true. That's something we can
As well.
discuss, though.
But yeah, we can. But yeah, looking forward to playing that.
Absolutely.
We'll have I think we'll probably do a little chat about what we think of it at some point.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
says it's a little bit different compared to some tabletop stuff that we have.
Yep.
Like the quality of it and the playability of it. So
Absolutely. We'll have to. Yeah, we'll report back on that one.
Yep.
Neal, anything this month? Anything good you've played? Any?
That actually quite helpfully leads into one of the games that we're going to be talking about, which was Skyrim. I really did enjoy playing that when we had to do research.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I had to book out a whole day.
It was a good day.
It was a very good day. We
Played lots of games that day.
it was a very long day.
I needed to be up at 3 o'clock the next day, and I think Pete and Neal left at 3 o'clock in the morning. No,
No,
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. I had to be up at 3. You left at like
10, half 10, I think.
I
I
wasn't
say,
in bed
I-
before 11.
I left at 6.
Oh well. It
How
was a
much
good day.
alcohol?
It
How
was a good
much
day.
alcohol turned up when I left?
None.
Well, then you should
We
know
were
what
very
time you
civilised.
left.
We didn't drink. But we
Yeah,
were like,
well-
right, we're going to play one more round, and then that turned into 2 more rounds. It turned into another round.
The usual with us.
We ended up playing Outer Rim.
Oh God.
It was good fun.
Yeah. We haven't played Outer Rim yet, have we?
No,
We haven't experienced
it's very good.
Though I have just seen one on your board that I feel like we should play.
What's that?
Wacky Races.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was good fun.
How have we not played that yet?
I'm still really upset with myself about Wacky Races. I didn't buy the pre-painted one. It was there, and I chose that one instead.
So you've got to paint them all.
Yes, pretty much.
That's the whole fun of it, though. Like,
Yeah. You're good at painting cars.
Yeah. I'm not very good at painting people and Space Marines and whatever, but...
that's relative. There is something that we played, and that is History Mysteries.
Yes, that team game that we got.
Yes,
the
so it's the escape room in a box game. We did the Egyptian Enigma, I think it's called.
Yes.
Really cool. The web-based thing that we had to use to get the code, put the code in, was really cool. Little comments every now and then.
Yeah, the voice acting behind everything was really good.
Where did you get this from? Like, how did you know
This one's from the expo. So
okay, because I've never heard of it at all.
No, so we were at the expo, and my wife kept saying, "You need to come and have a look at this. You need to come and have a look at this." And I kept going, "Yeah, we'll get there in a minute." And she told me to go there at 10 o'clock, and we got there 20 minutes before it closed, so 20 to 4, which was a good thing because we got a discount for last hour. So it's basically an escape room in a box. You go to a website, put in the code that you need, and then it tells you what to do, how to start. It gives you the basics, and then you basically got a load of envelopes. If you do the wrong one, you put the wrong code in, but you have to we had to work out hieroglyphs, what each letter is assigned to in the hieroglyphs, and then basically input the code into the website. And when we got it right, that was it. I think this one gives you an hour.
Yes, so we did it in about 32 minutes.
Yeah, there was 5 of us.
Yes,
and we're all pretty good at escape rooms.
We've had lots of practice doing escape rooms in games like that.
Yeah, the next one, the medieval one, is 1 to 2 hours. So
yes, and it's a step up in difficulty as well.
And then there's a new one coming out, which I think is Rome.
Yes, I believe it is.
So yeah, definitely going to look at that.
They sound really cool. Like
they are want to play though.
Oh, is it a bit like Exit?
Yeah, but it's also non-recoverable. So, like with Exit, I can pull the cards back. Well, I suppose Exit isn't now, is it? Because
not anymore. Sometimes you
need to, or rip a page out. Like I've got Lord of the Rings one.
Yes, have I?
Yeah, but mine's been used.
Have you played?
So no, I got it used.
Well, we can
even
play
though
that
I was
one.
told it had never been used.
Yeah, vintage for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was really good. We had a great time. Like that was me, Neal's brother, and his missus, my wife, and yeah, that was it, wasn't it?
That was it.
I suppose my son, but he's 4 months. It didn't help much.
Enough. He played his part.
Kept us busy.
Yes.
But yeah, that was really good. It's been a good month for games. I think this month. I think next month
it has for us.
Pretty good because we're booked in. I think we definitely need to do some Dystopian Wars before we go to the next one.
Yes.
I'd like to do some Sigmar.
I need to get in on Dystopian Wars now. Yeah. Now I have my Imperium.
Yes, absolutely. We'll definitely try and get something sorted.
Yes, that would be good fun. That would be.
Absolutely. Right.
Three-way war.
Three-way war.
That would be carnage.
King of the Hill.
That would be fun.
How could you do King of the Hill at sea when everything's moving around?
Hold the island, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah.
Or hold the oil rig. With explosive damage. If nobody...
So
if
what,
I
you're saying we can destroy the oil rig?
Yeah, and then destroy each other. We all know what will happen.
You'll destroy the oil rig.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're holding it.
Yes.
Because explosions.
Yes. Kaboom. That's why...
This also feeds into another game that we played.
Yes. It's something I'm looking forward to in the new Dystopian Wars edition. The fact that the boats explode if you leave them on the table.
Yes.
Chain reactions. We're going to move into the main bulk of the episode. So once again, this is video game adaptations. So this is games that are video games, and some brave companies have decided to try and make them tabletop friendly. The general consensus is they're pretty good, the ones we played. I will mention before we start, there are other ones out there that we haven't played, and there is one that I'll mention being Doom. Good fun to play as long as you're on the side that it is heavily sway
the
towards.
missions favour one team or the other. If you are that team, it is fun to play from that perspective, especially if you're, I believe they term them as Marines rather than the actual Doom guy himself.
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. But yeah, heavily one-sided to one side or the other, so not a balanced game in itself. Adaptation-wise, it is fairly close.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The artwork's really cool.
It is.
The models
Miniatures
are
are
really
really
cool.
good.
But yeah, it's just unbalanced, and I think it's been discontinued errata-wise.
I've not heard
Somebody
that.
said I haven't seen any new erratas or anything for it to try to balance it or whatever. But the one person that we know who's got it is trying to get rid of it.
Yes, because he mainly played the demons in the first few missions, did not favour the demons.
Nope.
So therefore not as much fun for him. No. So yeah, not a great game in that sense.
No, but it was a shame. But yeah, for anybody that does like that game, obviously we're not 100% slagging it off. It is good fun to play if you're on the winning side. If you're not, then you can just tell from turn one that you're just going to get destroyed. It's going to be me talking first.
Oh, really?
Let's start with Fallout.
I mean, this isn't the Fallout we saw at the expo, is it?
No, so that's Fallout Wasteland something, which is the tabletop.
Which that looked amazing. Like, I almost brought that.
It does look really good, but it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Two, there's so many bits to it. Three, now that we have Rumble Slam, I am in pretty much every system for tabletop.
Yeah.
As you can see, well, not you guys listening, as the people sitting in here can see, we have a lot.
I think
don't
you should
have any Shatterpoint. Star Wars Shatterpoint.
Yeah, you don't
No,
have
but we
Shatterpoint.
have Legion, made by the same people. Like we have Harry Potter, which is why we didn't get the Batman one. Like, we have Warhammer everywhere. We have Dystopian Wars,
Age of Sigmar. Legion.
Yeah, Legion, Middle-earth.
Yes.
It goes on and on. Rumble Slam, like we said. So,
Blood Bowl. It's all there.
Oh yeah, Blood Bowl, yeah. We went into Blood Bowl as well. This is the Fantasy Flight board game. I believe it's Fantasy Flight. It looks like Fantasy Flight considering there's 2 rulebooks. Yeah, Fantasy Flight. I've played this a few times, and I really enjoy it. So off the bat, for me, it is cool. I like Fallout video games. I jumped in originally at Fallout 4 because I don't know many people that didn't.
Yeah, I started on Fallout 4 as well.
I think I played a little bit of New Vegas.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. And then what was the mobile one they did?
Fallout Shelter.
That was boring.
I went back to New Vegas. I started New Vegas and 4 at the same time, and got lost in New Vegas. So after finishing 4 storyline, not completing it, I'm not a completionist. Just wanted to do the storyline. I went back to New Vegas and enjoyed it a little bit more than when I first started.
I played Fallout 4. Didn't play New Vegas. But then, when the TV series came out, I went back to Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4 for me is a lot like another game we're going to speak about in a bit. Skyrim, I have too many hours in to cope. It took over my life. I didn't play RPGs until Skyrim. And then we had Skyrim and Fallout. And yeah, I lost a lot of time doing that.
Did you do Oblivion? I mean, okay, it's kind of Skyrim. It's
the one they've just re-released, isn't it? It's currently installed on my PlayStation.
I mean, I feel like I got Oblivion 20 years ago. I want to say it's a very old game.
I can't remember if it's Oblivion or Morrowind that everybody says is the GOAT, is the Elder Scrolls game, but Skyrim for me, I mean, it's been remade how many times? Remastered. It's on every console, and it's great. Like Fallout, I've only played it on the PlayStation, but I played it on the PS4 and the PS5 because it got a free upgrade on the PS5.
Yeah, that's the same reason why I did.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the setup for Fallout was okay. It's not too long. There is a lot of stuff in the box, but it's not all used for every game. And it is explained really well in the rulebook. It explains every bit, what to shuffle, what not to shuffle, what to put in, what not to put in, and what to use. I think it probably took about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to set up. We were chatting.
Yeah, between the
drinking.
three of us that were playing that game.
While we're on the rulebook, it is a typical Fantasy Flight game. There is a rules reference and a learn to play. First time I played the game, I went through the learn to play. We're going to talk about learn to plays again in a bit with Skyrim. And it does explain how to play. It gives you a little bit of freedom on what to do. It just gives you hints on basically like it's basically like watching a video with Becca. I think she has done a video on this as well, where she basically just goes through the book.
There are other YouTubers that also do
Rodney
first starting to play and learn to play videos on games.
But Becca did hers, and we watched that one. That's Becca Scott, in case people don't know. It's a very good game. The rule book, it can be hard to find books in the rules reference, but there is an index in the back, which we found out an hour in. Because I didn't look at the back page, because I don't do that. But when we found the rules reference, it became a lot easier.
It is a handy thing about Fantasy Flight that the rulebook is broken down to 2 books.
Yes.
It's very easy to find what you need.
Absolutely. And the learn to play is set out how you'd expect a rulebook to be set out. But because we were playing it normally without the learn to play, we forgot about the learn to play book for a little while, but it did explain the rules better than what we were. There's only one contention that we looked at for the rulebook, and that is some of the rules are ambiguous. There was a lot.
I think that's the same as some big games anyway. I think when we played
Ankh.
Yes, that was it. That was quite ambiguous because our friendship nearly ended over that game because I didn't agree with the rule.
You never mentioned this before.
Oh
wow.
I activated the event, which meant I got to take control of the area or build something, but he had more soldiers in there.
Okay.
Which obviously in most games the person with the most people in there would get it, but because I activated the event, I get to do it according to Hank. So yeah, I think we spent like an hour nearly looking to try and find a clear ruling on this.
Oh wow!
But it does just say if you activate the event, you get to do it. So I built a monument next to him, which meant that his pieces were useless.
Oh dear, that's a bit harsh, really.
I'd worked my ass off in that game. Like I actually enjoyed playing it because I'd never played it before, and I was like, "This is really cool." And all of a sudden, my game just fell apart because of that one move, and I was like, "That's really not fair. Like that is a really not fair move in the rulebook."
It's something that Minty would do though in a game.
But there was nothing else I could have done. I couldn't have built the monument anywhere else, and it meant that I got control of that area. I mean, Pops had control of 2 other areas, but he was going after that one. His gob was in there. He had an army.
I needed that.
If he'd taken that was his win. You know, he would have won the game. So it was like, either do it or roll over, and you've met me before.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was out of sequence. Like my turn, I would have done it.
Yeah.
But because it was your turn and you ended up going there and then activated, I was like, really?
It did seem a bit strange. But then, now we know for next time. I think because it was your first time playing, I explained it, but then you still thought, we obviously still went with the suggestion that you had more people, so I wouldn't be allowed to do it. Mm-hmm. Whereas actually I was.
Yeah.
So this almost became a 2-person podcast again then.
Well, yeah, at that point it would have been a 1-person podcast.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But I think we played another game and you absolutely annihilated me.
Yeah, I got my own back. But yeah, I think that there's this thing with especially big games or heavyweighted games. That there are rules that are very ambiguous and very open to interpretation.
Absolutely.
Which I think make it a little bit difficult for new players like me to grasp and go, well, I didn't enjoy that because I've just got screwed over.
It does also lend itself, I mean, it's a situation we've been in before, Neal, to people shouting at the person teaching the game, saying, well, you didn't explain that properly and right. It's like, well, it is a grey area and it does need table talk. It needs to be discussed on the day. That's the rule that everybody's happy with or most happy with. And that's the way we see it. I mean, we play enough Warhammer and war games where we go, it's worded like this, my interpretation is this, and your interpretation is this. Now, if there's not a very exact black and white answer to that, then I don't see why it shouldn't be up to the people at the table at the time.
In a situation like that, it would be, and I think most of the time they'll probably just put it down to a dice roll.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things of rules as written or the spirit of what is intended.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In those rules. As a slight tangent.
Yeah, slight tangent. Yeah, so ambiguous rules. There's a couple, but they were easily sorted out. I think we just went with what happens in the video game. It's a lot easier for these kind of games for that. Mm-hmm. What happens in the video game? Yes,
in a video game you're much more tied to what you can do in that, whereas in a board game there is so much more flexibility and
I'm trying to think of an
bending
example
of a rule.
I was trying to think of an example for this one that was ambiguous, but I think it was just the movement and shooting of and the range of stuff, or where the monsters moved to. That it was, and it was like, well, in the video game, the monsters would move towards the strongest player, or the one that shot him first. You know, so it's just with these video game adaptations, you can kind of see the way it's going to go.
Leaning more into the spirit of what the game is, rather than rules as written.
Absolutely. If you picked up Fallout and it was just a board game, then I think it probably would be a bit more of a discussion to find out what people thought was correct and not going with, well, this is what happens in the video game, so let's just do that. Gameplay wise, once learnt, it's quite easy. If I remember correctly, it didn't take too long to teach. You can move, you can shoot, you can explore.
It's quite simple to do.
Pretty much the game. You know,
rinse and repeat your actions and do your missions that you have.
Yeah. So there's a main mission that you have, which is on a card, and it's a bit like Skyrim that we played, Pops, where there's numbered cards and you unlock numbered cards and go to different things. Like you can go and find a vault, and then you can work with the people in the vault to end up getting decent gear, or you can go and work with. Normally, there's two factions. I think we had the Railwaymen and the Brothers of Steel. Brotherhood of Steel.
Definitely the Brotherhood were in there. Can't remember the first one.
No, it was the Synths. So it was the
robots and that, wasn't it?
Yeah, what are they called?
Robots?
No, the robot people, the scientists.
Yeah.
So you got a card at the start of the game that meant you could hold their allegiance. So you were kind of trying to help, because it is cooperative until it's not cooperative, wasn't it, really? Anybody could advance
semi-cooperative.
The story. Yeah. But it is most points at the end wins. You're never... What I found about the game is you're never without a goal, either. You've got that main goal that you can go to, and then there's all the side quests from you exploring farms or the Red Rocket petrol stations, all that kind of stuff. You always picked something up, which was pretty good, so there was never nothing to do. I like the way the deck works in these kind of games, which we'll find out when we get to other games like Skyrim and stuff, and Outer Rim does it as well, where you have your deck of numbered cards, you do something on a card, and it says read card 92, or use card 92. I like that system.
It's like those old books where you could build a character and read through it, and if you do a certain action, you go to this page.
I remember those when I was at school.
I have some of those.
I think I do as well.
They Fantasy Fights or something. It's Steve Jackson, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I had some of the... I can't remember what they were that I read at school, but they were like, you were in a dungeon.
Yep.
And you had to go through this dungeon. It was like, right, if you want to go left, turn to page 26. If you want to go right, turn to page 35.
Do you know Alexa does something like that? You can play a game on Alexa.
Oh, yeah, you can.
And she says, you can do this or this. Or he,
yeah.
depending on how you set. You can do this or this. And you go, right, I'm going to do this. And then she goes off on a tangent. and you can play that. I think it's Fighting Fantasy by Steve Jackson. It's a line of books. It was old, like 80s, I think.
Yeah.
But they have just re-released. I saw them the other day. Fighting Fantasy books. So yeah, they were really good. The narrative flows really well through those cards as well, even though you're doing 101 different side missions at the same time. Because I think we had a situation where you ran towards the objective I wanted, and kind of had a gentleman's agreement, like, well, you go over there, I'm going to go over there and like loot that city.
Yeah, semi-cooperative.
Semi-cooperative. So that was pretty good. I think there's 4 scenarios in the base box. Annoyingly, the expansion is really, really hard to get hold of because I think it's out of print. But that adds new stuff. I think it's called New California. It can be daunting to a new player, though, when you walk in and see it. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of reading. But as we've said before on the podcast, it can all come down to the person that's teaching it. Luckily, when I played it with Neal and Andy, you were both into Fallout. So you kind of had that want to play that kind of game. I don't know whether I could set it up and play it with my wife.
Is the board game based on Fallout 4, or is it based on like a
It has
mix of all of them?
I think it's a mix of all of them, but I think there's a more bias towards 4.
I think 4 was the biggest selling part of the franchise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's what the TV show was more based on.
Yeah. It's the Institute. Is the name of the scientists. The Institute.
Oh yes, the Institute. Yeah.
Sorry to butt in there. Yeah. There are bits of other games in there, but obviously there's no Mothman from Fallout 2 or any bits like that. But I think because Fallout 4 was so popular, all the artwork is for Fallout 4.
So visually wise, it's very close to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Visually, the game looks like the game. They use the artwork, the minis. You get a super mutant, a ghoul, vault dweller, and then a power armor. T24 or whatever it is, power armor. T10. And they all have different things, like the super mutant can walk through nuclear.
The radiation areas on the board.
It still gets radiation, but heals or gets XP and does that.
He gets XP from doing it. He still takes the damage.
Yeah, and if you play the ghoul, you're automatically vilified. So when you get to make some choices, like when you bump into dog meat, for instance, if you're vilified, you have to do that because your guy won't be allowed to do the other one. It has a good table presence. It's really quite nice. You basically set up a triangle of hexagonal discs, don't you? It sets up that way. It looks really nice. The artwork on them is really cool. It's really clear to read as well.
Yeah.
On all
very
of it.
clear. Easy to understand the way you're going and what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's an awesome game. I love it. It can take a little while. It's not a short game.
If you want it to, if you want to do, as with most games like this, and if you play it on the computer or whatever gaming system of your choice is, if you want to do all the side quests, you can do. If you want to focus on the main mission, you can do that as well.
Absolutely. Adaptation-wise, we've already said it, it's really good. It plays like the game. It allows you to free roam. It allows you to customise your character to a certain extent. You get, you can have the Fat Boy nuke launcher at some point. You can get miniguns. You can just walk around with a tire iron. But as you level up, you get the special. For those of you that know Fallout, the special is the word special. So you get the different letters, and they give you different perks. So you can get those, and they were really useful when we played.
Yes.
When you do,
gets you those added bonuses depending on what skill you're doing.
Yeah. So like, I think one of us had a pipe rifle, and if you had S and P, you got rerolls, and they do more damage and all that kind of jargon. I think the storylines are pretty much from the game as well, aren't they? It's the Brotherhood of Steel versus the Institute. It's the rail.
In the mission that we did, yes.
Then it's the Underground versus somebody else. So it does work that way. It is really good. thematically.
As a game, how would you then rate it if it was outside of that Fallout franchise?
Well, without Fallout being on it just as it is, its own.
As a game to play. If you weren't familiar with Fallout.
I put it down as an 8 originally. I like the concept as long as the storyline is there. If the storyline's at the same level, then by far it's an 8. Andy said 8 as well as a board game on its own. If you didn't know Fallout, the story flows really well. You didn't really need to know it. The only it was okay that we knew it, but it kind of swayed me towards I know what the Institute are trying to do in the game. Do I want to align myself with that? No. So even though I had a card that said I was part of the Institute, I decided not to side with them. It makes winning the game harder, but there is that option as well.
Well, that's the role-playing side of things where you then play out that side of the option that you wouldn't normally choose in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got down here that you said a 7. And you said there was parts of it that were quite hard to understand.
At times I have a broad strokes knowledge of Fallout, so I don't know everything that happens in depth to it all.
Yeah. I think the bit that you struggled with is the decision paralysis. At one point, we had 6 missions on the table, 6 objectives on the table, and it was like, I don't know which one to go for. Because I kept running towards one, and Andy kept running towards one, and you were like, well, now I have to walk all the way across the board to do anything. So I think I also didn't explain it very well when we first started playing. Standard me. It was, 10:30 in the morning. I'd been up since 6 with the kids. It didn't, like with Skyrim, which we'll talk about in a bit, it didn't flow very well at first, but once we got into it, it was a lot easier.
We got the hang of it.
Adaptation score, across the 3 of us that played, we gave it an 8 out of 10. As you said, you haven't played as much Fallout as I have.
No.
I believe your brothers played quite a lot.
Yes.
So there is that. Obviously, we played this before the TV show came out.
Yes, on a couple of occasions I have played it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
First one being at your old house.
Oh, God, yeah. Imagine. I've played it before with Ginge, and he loved it. I mean, we played for like 2.5 hours before reading to find out how the game actually finished. We thought you had to get to the end of the mission, which you don't. You can, if that's all you do. But you get a certain amount of, they're called they're thumbs up, aren't they? Ticks. Basically points, and then you can win that way. But yeah, I mean, Fallout overall for me, great adaptation. I love Fantasy Flight. I think, well, up until recently, about 1/10 of my collection was Fantasy Flight games. Obviously, they don't activate on their own. They don't publish on their own anymore. They're under the Asmodee banner, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So, because Fantasy Flight obviously do Legion. Originally.
Yes.
The original Legion stuff was Fantasy Flight, and now it's Atomic Mass Games.
Yes.
But yeah, really good game. It's definitely one that we should sit down.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
play Pops.
I've probably paid as much Fallout 4 as you
Mm-hmm.
on the PlayStation. So yeah, to give it a go on the board, I reckon would be quite fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next game, we will pass over to Neal. We're going to talk about Worms.
Worms, the board game.
Sum it up in one word now. One word.
It's difficult to choose between carnage or chaos.
Chaotic carnage.
Well, that is 2 words, but
No, if you join them together.
Hyphenated.
yes. It really brings that randomness from the computer game that we've all played. It's so much fun. It's completely chaos, and that is emulated in the game with Minty's first term, especially changing the entire face of the map.
What do you mean? I did feel bad after that, though. I didn't realise it was going to take
You
out
didn't
two
tell
of my
your face
5-year-olds. Two of
You-
my
you-
5-year-old worms.
You almost wiped out the whole board
in one.
in one move.
Yeah. We all lost a casualty, and then your daughter took 2 casualties.
She was not happy with me.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been.
I would have been fuming.
Yeah.
She spent the rest of the game aiming at me. So.
I wonder why.
But yeah, carnage.
Yeah,
it just
absolute carnage. It really is, and it's so much fun because all random dice rolls, and when they fall that way, it was chain reaction after chain reaction on that first turn of yours.
It was one of those games that first time I'd played it as well, and it was oh my god! Like you could tell instantly what was going to happen when you saw what you'd rolled. Like it was just
barrel go boom, set fire to another barrel. That barrel go boom,
which set fire to another barrel, which also went boom.
Which set fire to my own worm and to everybody else's.
Which, funny enough, is exactly what used to happen in the game when I played. Especially if you launched that bazooka.
Yes. So going for it setup-wise was very easy to set up. You, depending how many players there are, you each pick a tile for the map and you get to place it around. You then choose a random selection of worms, put different coloured bases on them, and you get to place them and different barrels, the supply crates and mines on the field, and then you choose your teams, which is great fun because you don't know where you're going to be. You can't hold in one area.
You don't choose, do you? It's random?
It's random teams in that respect. Yeah,
it was the same in the video game though. You load up the map, and all of a sudden you had one under a rock that you were never going to move.
Unless you managed to get the teleport to get him to
somewhere. Yeah, you could
useful.
either teleport or you'd have the one way just dig a hole, and the whole game you would be trying to dig your way to the surface, and by that time you would win because everyone else had just annihilated each other.
So you have no idea which worm you're going to be using or where you're going to be starting, which really adds to that kind of fairness when setting up for all. The rulebook's really clear, very colourful, in fitting with the theme and how the design of worms in the game itself. There wasn't massive pages of words, which is really useful because if you're just reading paragraphs of words, then it all just blends into one. You don't really absorb it all, but it was very simple. Of this does this, this means this. We were playing in about 15 minutes between 4 groups of teams.
Yeah. So what was it? Me, you, Pops,
and then your wife and daughter were a team.
It was one of them games where we'd spent the day playing games, and that was the only game where we only went to the book once.
Yeah, very few times went for it all. Everything's on helpful cards as well for what you need. There was only a couple of clarifications on things that we needed, and it was there really. Very well laid out. Gameplay is very quick. It's all on the cards of what you need to do. You get to do certain things. You play a card. Unless that allows you to play another card, you then pretty much end your turn. It's on to the next worm.
Yeah, absolutely.
To go. And once you get used to the rounds, it's very quick and very easy to sort out.
But it's that easy that my 5-year-old basically took control of the team she was on.
Yeah, it was just a couple of prompting of what you want to do and do this, and that was it. She was off, and she was aiming for you with vengeance.
Oh, yeah. It's when you poked me off the edge of the map.
That was brilliant.
I do like that it replicates the game so much that you could do the pokes, you could do...
Yeah.
No, remember when you would play the video game and you'd have your crosshairs for your bazooka upwards and you didn't know which way you're going, you just fire it. And then realise you had it facing the wrong way, so it was just going to come straight back down and blow you up.
Yeah.
It had all those mechanisms to it.
And a nice element of randomness of wind direction changing and supply crates coming in or barrels or mines coming in. But once you run out of those, you hit a sudden death phase. We hit Armageddon, so then craters start coming in, but you also get
the land started disappearing.
Well, yeah, it does at that point as well. You get more and more water and less area to play with, but you still got a constant supply of supply crates. You're always having cards to play in your hand, so you weren't really short of actions to do unless you were able to play multiple cards in a turn.
Yeah.
adaptation wise, it's just amazing. And we've rated it the highest out of any of the games we played for this episode.
The podcast called The Tome of Worms has voted the Worms game really highly.
There's a nice sense of irony to that, really.
Yeah, maybe we should talk to the artist and see if she can change the worms on top of the books to
as a limited edition.
The limited edition Worms. Like, we are no way affiliated with Worms the game.
or
Unfortunately,
Mantic.
not.
Or Mantic.
No.
but-
Well, technically, I mean, we're in a Mantic rulebook for Hellboy.
We are, because we were able to go along and play test it before it was released.
Hmm.
That was a fun day.
Yeah,
That's when we started Sigmar.
yeah. Let's not go into that. We can go into that when we dabble with the
Yes.
Warhammer.
So yeah,
we
we
do
rated
tabletop.
this 9.5 out of 10
Definitely.
adaptation.
It was very, very similar to a video
I-
game.
and as a game itself, it's just so much fun.
yeah,
It's
just-
quick to play. You'd probably be done in an hour.
Absolutely. I mean, it's caused me to reinstall Worms on my PC.
That's not a bad thing.
No,
Makes
absolutely
me
not.
wish that I'd backed it. Like, I remember
Oh.
seeing it at the expo, and there was actually quite a lot of negativity at the expo because people were like, "Why would I pay all this money for a game that I don't have the miniatures for?" Which
I think
the minis actually made that game.
I think in the base game you get one pack of minis.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like the one that we borrowed from Andy, who backed it top level, whatever. He gets the Ming Vase, he gets the Holy Hand Grenade, he gets the
It
Super
really
Sheep.
differentiates the team.
And it is good fun. And it is that nostalgia.
Yeah.
I always want the Scotsman, the Roman Centurion, and a Ming Vase.
Yeah.
Like
And a holy hand grenade for good
a Holy
measure.
Hand Grenade, just in case. I'm really bad on the game of actually throwing the Holy Hand Grenade. It normally hits me.
Standard.
Yeah.
Always.
But something about Mantic, something we noticed about Hellboy, it's the same for Worms. If you haven't backed it on crowdfunding, the retail version is nothing compared. I mean,
we did find that with Rising Sun as well.
yeah,
where
but,
you upset a lot
I
of
did upset a
people
lot
at
of people.
Expo.
yeah, that well, I didn't. You did. You
Uh,
let me play it and take photos of it.
yes, you didn't have to show those people the photo, saying that half their game was missing.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault. I didn't realise that it was all cardboard. But the Hellboy and even the Worms box are so small compared to the ones that we've got. I know some people don't see it at Kickstarter, some people don't kickstart it, whatever. I mean, I think Mantic had the deluxe one to buy, but the price was inflamed
It was
compared to backing it.
ridiculous.
It normally is, really.
But it's one of those. I think Mantic, they did it for Hellboy. Whether they'll do it for Worms, they did release all those things to be able to buy eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
As
see.
a business model, I imagine they would, because
Yeah.
if people have got the base game and they want the rest of it, they will buy it eventually.
Yeah, whether it's just a deluxe pack or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it's
definitely Kickstarter exclusives in there that people don't need.
Yeah.
You don't need to sell those, but we'll see.
I think there's definitely, as well, a lot of room for expansions.
Oh
Like
god, yeah.
massive amount of expansions. Like so many different worlds, so many different worms, so many different weapons. No, so many different. You could throw in the rain weather. You know when you're playing the video
different
game when the,
battlefield effects and have the
Yeah.
acid rain or anything like that. You could have so much.
There is one. Why I couldn't give it a 10 was you don't get the weapon selection you get in the game.
No, not straight away. You
Not
get your
straight away,
basic
you have to.
weapons
Yeah.
that everyone gets, and you get an extra one at the start, and then as you collect supply crates, you get one card for
Yeah.
each supply crate you collect. But that deck of cards is quite thick, and there's a lot of different things in there.
I understand it from a replayability side. You don't want to pull a holy hand grenade every time.
No,
Because somebody's just going to hunt through until they get it, and that'll be it. Like, it's quite nice to be like, oh, there's 50 cards there, but there's only, a maximum of 20 crates.
yeah,
So there is that replayability of it, but that is that one, I love a holy hand grenade or a banana bomb or super
or
sheep.
super banana
Old
bomb as
granny,
well.
yeah.
oh the sheep.
Super sheep is in there,
Yeah.
and you can use it to collect supply crates.
Mm-hmm. Just quickly, my daughter wanted to give her 2 pence. She really liked the minis, as we said before, but she didn't like me killing her.
Well, I can see that, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't see anything worse, like anything of that. But she did beat me. I think Pops came last. I came.
Yeah, but
Third.
I came last because
Pops
remember
had
in the
to bow
video
out.
game you could commit suicide.
Yeah, you seppuku
I
yourself.
committed suicide, but only because I had to leave.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, ran out of time.
Yeah.
But we carried on, and your wife and daughter team won that game.
Yes. Yes, they did. I didn't know whether my daughter would. She laxed the final push as she showed at the sports day, where she was miles in the head in a running race and then stopped to let somebody else go through.
Well, that's very polite of her.
It's very polite of her. It's very nice, but
Not what you're after in a race.
no.
Winning.
Or at a ball game.
Winning is everything.
We've told her before, all fair in love and ball games.
There is no family on game night.
There's no fun in game night.
Anything else on Worms apart from go out and buy it?
Well, we had an amazing time playing it. I've played it a few times before, and each time it has been absolute carnage, and everyone that's played it before is exactly like playing the game on as a video game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and everyone's had a lot of fun playing it.
I'd definitely play it like every day. Like if someone went right today, we're going to play Worms. Like yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, I mean, because it's only an hour, I think it kind of falls into that filler category. Like, it was lovely for us. We just battered our brains playing Skyrim because even I couldn't work out or remember how to play properly. Because I remembered all the little nitty gritty bits, but not the main bits.
Helpful.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that now.
Yeah. But we eventually got there with that one. But it was nice to be able to go, right, now we're going to play something a lot more simple.
A lot simpler.
More fun.
It was so straightforward.
Yeah.
That was the win for me. It was
So
a lot of games that we play are quite heavy.
Yep.
Yes.
Quite
And this was
complex.
just set
Whereas
up,
this
go,
was
have
set
fun,
up,
have some
go,
laughs, and
blow
let
the shit
carnage
out of each
happen.
other
Oh, absolutely.
and just have fun.
Absolutely. Next. We're going to move to Pops.
Yeah, so we go from one extreme to the other. One really simple game to probably the most complex game I've ever played.
I'm not...
But don't get me wrong, I am new to war games, so this is why I found
Yeah.
this complex. Like to you, it wouldn't be complex.
I think I made it seem a lot more complex than it was.
Yeah,
I will put that caveat in.
yeah.
I play a lot of board games, but my brain that day just left for the first hour.
Well, normally you give Andy the rule book and let him sort that out.
I
Or
think
me.
I was thrown off because I couldn't find the video I watched.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that
we
was
did
all it
spend like
was.
20 minutes trying to find a video.
But then for the purpose of these reviews that we're doing on the podcast, we try and do it all from the
From the
book.
rule book.
But because we weren't playing the Learn to Play or the tutorial,
We should have done the tutorial, yeah.
we should have done. But there's no freedom.
No.
It's all dictated to you. So you basically sit there and get told what to do for the first 7 or 8 turns, and I wasn't going to do that.
But that's the same in the video game. If you play a video game for the first time, it says, do you want
yeah.
a tutorial? Which
Absolutely.
I think is quite good for the game because it brings that element of the video game into the
Yeah, absolutely.
onto the table, which a lot of games probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, the Learn to Play or the tutorial in this case is awesome. It's really good. But we needed to get a lot more learnt from the game. That doesn't give you every rule. It's a bit more simple. It doesn't add in everything that we had to the game.
And for the listeners out there that don't quite know what we're talking about,
Yes. The game is called
Skyrim, the
Skyrim.
Elder of Scrolls.
Yes. Yeah, we'll pass over to Pops to do his spiel.
Well, yeah, kind of all kind of stems. I started on Oblivion many, many years ago. Skyrim came out many, many years ago. Funny enough, it's the same developer as Fallout, video game wise. Yeah,
How do you pronounce the name of that company?
I'm not even going to attempt to it because I always get it wrong.
Can you do it?
as far as when it's Bethesda.
Bethesda, yeah. I used to say Bethesda.
Yeah. I'm like Beth as I could never pronounce it. But
Bethesda.
so video game wise, they play very very similar. Fallout and Skyrim and Oblivion. Skyrim, I didn't play Skyrim on video game like 4 or 5 years until it was out, after it was released.
Okay.
I wasn't one of these people that went straight onto it. But when I played it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This just plays so well. And when you said you had the board game, I was like, let's see how it transitions. So, yeah, we played it the other day when we played Worms. We played it first. Setup took a long time. Like, you had already mainly set it up by the time I got here. How long did it take you in total to set it up?
About 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. And it took up most of your table. Which
Oh, yeah,
is,
the table was...
And your table is huge.
Yes. You know, we play full size 2,500 points of Warhammer on here.
Yeah, quite easily, and still have a bit of room for books and stuff like that. But yeah, this took up most of the table for 3 of us to play the game.
Yeah. It definitely took a lot less time this time we set up. The first time I set it up, it was nearly 2 hours.
You're still having to punch it out of boards, though.
Yeah. Punch
Well,
out
that would be
out
why
board,
then.
Read exactly where it goes, what each thing is.
Learning what each bit is, finding out where it goes, shuffling decks and then having to reorganise them because they don't need shuffling.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I did the assumption of, deck of cards, I must shuffle them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to shuffle them.
Yeah, it's one of those. But
yeah,
I set up on my own.
Yeah,
It's one person. So I think with a couple of people, like we did with Fallout that day, we played it.
Yeah, it would be easier, but it was quite nice to be able to come in to have the game set up.
Mhm.
Because
It
you knew
needed
it would
to be.
take a while to do.
Yeah. We didn't have Pops definitely didn't have a lot of time that day, and it needed to be set up.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. But then it was explained really well in the rulebook how to set it up, and I think that's a big thing for games to be able to explain how to set a game up.
Especially if it's complicated with a lot of moving parts and components that you need to have access to, and it definitely helps.
And I think a lot of games as well, if you've got more than 2 players, it adds that element to the setup as well. You know, you're not just adding another player, you're adding extra bits, you're adding extra items, things like that for it. So it does add into it. But yeah, kind of talking about the rulebook, there's a lot of page flicking throughout the game. Whether that was partly to your brain being on holiday or...
To begin with especially, there was a lot of referring to that rule book to try and find the answer.
Yeah, and they weren't even explained that well either, to be fair.
Not on our playthrough.
No, like in the main rule book. The tutorial was... most of the rules are explained, aren't they, I believe?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something we've spoken about before. If you can't find it in the rulebook, there's videos out there. We did it for Skyrim. That's where we learnt, where we got a little bit more explanation was from watching somebody on YouTube who had done it.
Yeah.
You know,
but not always handy that you then have to rely on what is essentially a third-party source to be able to play your game.
Gotcha. I mean, we're doing this podcast, and I struggled, but I played the tutorial 6 months ago.
Yes.
And I own 200 games.
Yeah. But I never had the advantage of playing the tutorials kind of straight into the game, which made it a bit confusing.
It did.
But once we got past that point, so much fun.
Yeah.
The
gameplay, once we learnt it was so easy. It was rinse and repeat actions.
Yeah.
You could go, right, why did we spend all this time looking in the rulebook when actually go there, do this, pick this up, upgrade this, go. Exactly like the video game. You would just walk around. I think there's a free roam.
Yeah, there is a free roam. I think you don't set up the scenario. You just have a map.
You just get dropped into the world and you just do stuff.
Yeah, and you go and visit different places and pick up those side quests.
Yeah.
So if you did, there is a campaign, me and Ginge played the first 3 parts of Chapter 1 when we played it.
I think it was mainly because you didn't want to.
I didn't want
It
to pack
was
it
so
away.
much fun, and you
Yeah.
want to pack it away, then have to set it back up again.
And it just flowed really well, one
Yeah.
into the other. But, to sit down and just free roam it one day would be good fun, I think.
Yeah, there's a free roam. There's a solo mode as
Mhm.
well for
Yeah.
those people that want. But I mean, that is quite a large game to play as a one player. Let's be
I
honest.
think it's one of those that if you live on your own, you set it up on the table, you leave it there.
If you're not going to keep packing it down. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
But
going to be good. But yeah, there was things like, you had your quest cards, you had your events cards, you had your combat sequences. The exploration was quite fun.
Yep.
We could go around and just go, right, what's in this area?
Absolutely. I
Level
think
up and get extra items. And,
Yeah, it wasn't too bad to level up and gain different abilities
No,
and perks. It's,
one of my favourite parts of the game is the development of the character.
yeah.
There's different markets in different cities and towns and whatever, and you get good gear pretty quick from
Mhm.
doing dungeons, and
Yeah, well, even some of the starting gear is not too bad.
it starts really well. And you get a choice of 6 races, I think it is.
Yep.
If you start with the Khajiit, which are the cat people, you start with claws instead of fists. But
Yes.
most people start with fists and ragged clothes. Then when you get your backstory card, you get your items. You basically
Yeah.
get to pick your items. I think me and you both had an iron warhammer that
And the
hits
iron
like a
armor.
truck.
Yeah, it was really.
And I had that, and I
really
had the
good.
two-handed sword that just
Slice.
obliterated
Yeah.
and sliced anything.
So yeah, that wasn't too bad, but there was some lucky rolls on some of the things where some enemies didn't get to attack,
Oh yeah.
especially for Pops.
Yeah,
Well-
and it really flowed. Like it really
Yeah.
flowed nicely, that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you got into it, it was great.
Absolutely. It's
Um,
one of those, if we sat down and played it again tomorrow, we'd be off and running. And
Yeah, quite quickly,
Yeah.
really.
It felt to me very much like when we played Lord of the Rings, like the way the
Fate
way
of the
it flowed.
Fellowship one.
Yes,
Yeah,
it flowed so well like that.
that's a lot of fun, that game.
Yeah, it was a brilliant
Um,
game.
But I would say it's a hurdle to get over, but it's worth getting over.
oh, absolutely. And it is one of those, you don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing. It is down as a cooperative game.
Yes.
You all try and complete the mission. We all like to get to one place. I think we were like, right, we're just going to finish this mission, and then if it ends, it ends, and we're going to finish it here. And actually, the chapter was complete.
Yeah,
Yeah, luckily for us.
And the only
Yeah.
reason we went to go and do that and stopped doing the side quest is because we were running out of time.
Yes.
It is a long game.
I
Don't
would have
get me wrong.
quite happily carried on playing it, though.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
okay, yeah. You could do a whole
like
you need a few
weekend.
breaks throughout the day, but you could do a whole weekend on that.
I said, me and Ginge sat and played it for 4-5 hours.
Yeah.
We did the tutorial. We did chapter 1, 2, and 3. We built up our characters. We did what we wanted to do. Me and him are so alike. We both just had 2-handed rage monsters running through dungeons, ripping people to
Doesn't
shreds.
sound like you at all.
It went really well. And then when you
I
come up
want the
against-
big heavy thing to hit him thing with.
Yep.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's not even my Skyrim character. I went 2-handed magic.
You enter into magic. Yeah.
in the game. What did we put for adaptation wise?
So adaptation, yeah, it was great adaptation. The artwork used the video game artwork, didn't it? It looks amazing. The miniatures on it were really high detailed. There's a lot of them as well. There is a hell of a lot of them in your set.
Well, no, the miniature wise,
There's only the main
I
characters.
think there's only 6. We looked at the other box where all of the enemies were also
Oh,
miniatures.
so yeah, all the
But-
enemies are in.
But they don't. You get some that move around the board, but the ones that you face in dungeons are just on the cards,
Yes,
aren't they?
they're just on the cards. But the minis you buy go into their tabletop call to arms
Oh, okay.
game.
Oh, okay.
So with my box, I got a little red guy who represents the blades, who's actually 4 call to arms. So
Okay.
the miniatures are expensive, but they do 2 games.
How many story or campaigns are in the base game?
So if I remember correctly, it's 3 chapters with 3 parts each.
So something that's quite easily
Yeah, that
you
makes
could
sense.
have many story expansions too.
Yes, so there's already 2 expansions. They're as expensive as the base game.
Yeah, I remember seeing one of them at the expo this year. One of the expansions, but I can't remember
Yes.
which one it was.
So we looked at it before.
Because
Obviously
wasn't
this-
it Chris wanted it? Wasn't Chris?
No, I think I was looking
Oh
at
no,
it.
I'm thinking
It's
of
the guy I
size.
normally wind up every year when we go to the expo.
Yes, and then you brought the game.
Then I did buy the game, but I didn't buy it off him. Reasons. Okay. It is expensive. It's one of the ones that I actually sat down with you and Andy Neal, and was really debating backing, but I couldn't. If it was on Game Found and they had stretch pay, I'd had the whole lot. But I think the base game retails at £90 now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's over £100, maybe even more.
But it is worth it for me. I know they've got to pay for the IP, big, because it's not Fantasy Flight or anything like that. I think it's Modius Games or something. Yeah, Modifius.
Modifius
Um,
Entertainment.
And they've done a really good job.
Yeah.
A really good job. And like I said, they have done. It's the same people that do the Fallout tabletop. They do the Skyrim tabletop. And yeah, I mean, I love Skyrim. It's one of those I've got, probably close to 800 hours across 4 different consoles. I got you into it. I said to you about playing it originally, and then I messaged you one day and you're like, I haven't been off it for like 5 hours. I've just sat here and played this. Yeah, it is one of those. It is just such a rich game. Elder Scrolls itself is massive. You speak to the master race. That was with air quotes. Skyrim's nothing compared to other ones, but Skyrim is the first one where you can dual wield swords. I bought the remaster of whichever one's just come out. I think it's Oblivion. And I was like,
believe
wicked.
so.
I'm going to run around with 2 war axes. And it goes, no, that's not an option in this game. I was like, huh? That's just ruined my game plan. I don't know what I'm doing now. But as a board game on its own, it's up there.
Yeah,
Really good.
you gave it an 8 as a board game,
Yes.
as a playable board game. I gave it a 7, but I think that was more
Me. My teach was not good that day.
Yeah, I think that might be done, but I think also it is very, very. What's the word? Hold on.
It's a very heavy game.
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
It's a very, very intimidating game for a new player.
Mhm.
Like very, what do I do? But once you get into it, and you have that mindset of, this is what I would do in the video game, it makes it so much easier.
Oh god, yeah. And the only reason that I've given it an 8 is because of the headache it gave me to try and remember where everything was and all that. Like we said, had we sat down, done the tutorial, and rolled into a campaign, it's a 9.5, possibly even a 10.
So would your score go up then if you played it more regularly or more recently?
Yes, but I put a lot of pressure on myself in trying to get it taught, to done quickly, to get it done, to make sure that Pops didn't need to go home halfway through it.
Yeah, you gave it an 8.5. So
I
would
really
imagine,
enjoyed it and would have quite happily carried on playing it that day.
Absolutely, I think your score went down slightly because we didn't do more.
I don't think it was that harsh about it all, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would like to play it more, and playing it more, my score will probably go up.
Absolutely.
And then adaptation again, like Worms 9. No, it is so much like the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
would agree with that. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, we had the
Really.
soundtrack on.
Yeah.
It's never used to thing that we can have the soundtracks of these different games on and really adds to the immersion.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
of these games.
Absolutely. I mean, I think my daughter sat through maybe an hour with us before she just went, yeah, it's too much. And what time? I think she spent most time laughing at me, swearing at the rulebook.
Probably yes, and asking you all the questions.
All the questions. I'd just sit down one day and hand her a controller.
And just say, play this.
Off you go, dear. We'll see.
That would be the same.
We'll see. We tried Plate Up the other day. That didn't go down very well.
Oh dear.
Why can't I get through the door? That's not a door, that's a wall. Oh, where's the door then? Over here. Yep. Going well. Anything else on Skyrim there?
No, just
No.
very, very enjoyable, probably worth the money. I would say, with the amount of stuff
God,
you
yeah.
get with it, it's
Well, from our perspective, we didn't put any money into it.
Yeah.
well, yeah, we
Great
didn't pay any
value
money
for
into
you
it.
guys.
It was cheap. It was the cheapest game I've
got
ever
it
played.
I got it for £50.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's
So-
insane.
Brand new in seal. I couldn't say no. But yeah,
You rarely can.
oh, it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
that's why you've got 200 games.
Yep.
You can't say no.
Um,
And that's why you've got 2 kids as well.
Yeah, I don't remember. No comment. I will be looking at the expansions, but it needs to come to the table more.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've always had my eye on it whenever we've been deciding what games to play.
You've been slightly hesitant. There's a couple of games on this shelf that I talked to you about, and you just look at me like never. Twilight Imperium
Yeah.
Oh, that
But-
was
that
fun,
is-
though.
sat there for 2 days playing Axis versus Allies for it to end in a draw, but won't sit and play. Cthulhu Death May Die because it's too heavy.
We played that.
What, Cthulhu or Axis?
Cthulhu Death May Die.
Yes,
we
played
did
it
that one once.
I feel like I want to get Axis back to the table, but that's
Yeah.
the difference.
Have you seen the new
You've got
Underwater
so
one?
many Cthulhu themed games. They kind of sometimes merge into one.
On the list. Cthulhu is on the list. I added it. I added it.
Winner.
We can have a Cthulhu day.
Can't wait.
Well, you do have most of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you do.
between
Hmm.
4 of us, I think we've got 90% of the Cthulhu games. Mansions, Eldritch Horror, Arkham Horror card game, Death May Die,
Andy has all those. You have that one. I don't think I have any.
Mythos Investigations, Mythos Tales. No, Sophie has Cthulhu games. I've got Tiny Epic Cthulhu,
Mm.
which I haven't played yet. I like
Anyway.
H.P. Lovecraft, so
That'll be for another episode.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
have
Do a
to
Cthulhu.
stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, that's all I've got.
Skyrim was,
Skyrim.
yeah, absolutely. It brings the main essence of the video game, I think,
Yeah.
which is good.
Well, the past two have.
Yeah. Next game, back to me. Going to talk about Dark Souls.
Another Fantasy Flight game. No, it's
This is Steam Forged.
Yes, Steam Forged.
So in this list there are 2 Steam Forged games,
Yes.
I think it is.
And we put them next to each other.
Yes, we did. I'm going to start by the caveat: I don't like the Dark Souls video games. They frustrate me, and it's one of the only games where I've almost broke a window and actually broken a controller playing. But I have enough appreciation of those games. They're really good until I die the first time. That's when I start to lose my rag.
Well, even when you open the board game, you get a lovely black
You died.
paper with in red writing, "You died."
Yep.
And that sets the tone for the game quite well.
Oh, absolutely.
I thought Dark Souls video game was the whole point of you will die.
Yes.
I don't know anyone that's ever completed Dark Souls video game.
I don't know, but
I think there might be some speed runs and that might have done that, but
where my jaded opinion comes from is Demon Souls.
Yeah,
I
no,
played-
Demon
I
Souls.
played
was-
Demon Souls for the first time, got to the first boss, I kept dying. Nobody told me you have to die. So I kept turning the console off and restarting. I didn't realise you had to die.
brilliant.
So that I lost my rag then. I think after playing like Bloodborne and a few others, I probably will pick up Dark Souls again at some point. But I need to be in a better mental health state then.
Yeah. When I've managed to play through Dark Souls, I get to some of the boss's points and I keep dying and re-going through and trying to do it. Yeah, it's like the Dragon Slayer Execution. I died so many times. It was untrue.
Absolutely.
But when you get past those
Oh.
bosses, it is a great feeling.
It's
And
very rewarding.
yes.
But there's no...
But would I replay the game again to try and get through those points? Probably not.
No. Setup wise, it's explained really well in the rulebook.
Yeah.
Tells you exactly what to do, where to put things. It's not overly long. There's a lot to Dark Souls, especially at your brother's house. He has a lot of expansions.
Yes.
Um,
Doesn't have all the expansions, but
No,
it does have a lot of
he
them.
has enough. Yes, explained really well in the rulebook. It's not overly long between the three of us, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, for setting up.
Yeah, it's not
Need
too
a
bad.
decent amount of space.
Yeah, it's quite a big game. The rule book itself is really well laid out. It tells you exactly what you need, where you need it, and all the rules really. I don't think there's very many grey areas because Dark Souls there isn't. If there's a grey area, you're normally dead.
Well, there is that as well. A couple of movement and where sequencing takes place on things. But I think we managed to work it out in the end.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple of bits, but the rest of it's explained really well.
Yeah.
It's quite thorough. Visually, looks really nice. I think the artwork's from Dark Souls 2, 3? 3.
Some of the bosses that you face are from the first.
From the first one, but the visuals
game.
are from... I think they're just a mixture, aren't they?
Yes, I would say so. And it all feeds into the same universe anyway, so it fits well in any of the games.
The minis are really cool.
Yes.
And the boss monsters are insane.
They're huge.
Absolutely insane. They're so cool.
They really fill up the map that you're fighting on as well.
Oh, they do, yeah. Like in the game.
Mm.
They do a really good job of replicating that.
Yes.
It tends to be the bigger the mini, the harder it's going to be to fight.
Yes, because it can reach you in anywhere you try and go, and while there is an element of being able to learn its behaviour as you would do in the game, once you get to a certain threshold, you then add more cards to the behaviour deck and shuffle, and then you have to relearn it again.
Absolutely. Gameplay is quite easy to pick up. The hardest part, again, is decision paralysis. You don't... Because if you make the wrong decision, you're dead. Back to the start you go. You know...
Yeah,
but that
any
is Dark Souls.
one person dies, that's it. You all go back to start. Yeah, then have to,
Wow.
as usual, redo
everything.
All the different rooms again.
There is one part of the gameplay that I didn't overly enjoy, and that's the amount of treasure cards and the way they come out. There's no level to it. So if you have a bad, like we did the last time we played it, we drew gear that was too high a level. We couldn't use it.
No.
Nobody was had a high enough strength or high enough wisdom or anything like that to be able to actually play it.
Use the items that we gained.
Yeah.
And there's because you pick your classes, and they'll have loot options that will go into a generic loot deck, and then once you've added those in for the free players in, you've got a massive deck of cards to try and get through. So there's no guarantee that you'll get anything that you could even use. And the only way to draw treasure cards is either find a treasure chest or spend souls that you gain clearing each room.
Yep.
You don't draw that many cards.
You don't know. And when the draw is on your side, it makes the game a lot more enjoyable and a lot easier.
Yes.
But when it's not, it's awful. But it has been errated a few times where you could...
I think they reduced the cost of drawing treasure, or you draw more treasure cards per soul that you spend.
Yeah, I think you reduce the things as well. I think when you go to the first room, you only have a certain level. So they're kind of like tiered.
Yeah, you had 3 levels of encounters for each room, and you got so many souls for the level of the encounter. I think they then changed that.
Yeah.
As they went on, because then you're trying to split the same amount of souls between how many players that are joining.
Yeah, the errata, we weren't 100% sure if it was official. It's on the website, but it might be fan-made. But if you are struggling with a Dark Souls board game, do go on there and have a look for the errata. It does ease things up really, really well.
Yes.
Adaptation-wise, the board game itself is really hard. The video game itself is really hard. Adaptation-wise, bang on.
Yeah, you will die.
Yeah, like I said, open the box, first thing you see, you died. Great, thanks.
It really does set the tone.
Yeah. I think, once again, the only downside, and the reason my score for it is a bit lower, is the character flexibility in the board game is nothing compared to the character flexibility in the computer game.
No, you need to choose the right characters to be able to take on each room, and while there's lots of choice, not all of them are viable.
Absolutely. Just for the loot as well, really.
Yes.
Board game score, as a board game, taking away the Dark Souls side of it, I've given it a 7. I think it's good fun. It's a bit like a few others that we've got, but it's harder. It is more of a challenge, and that does make, sometimes, if you're in the right mood, that means it's good fun. You and your brother have given it a 6.
Yeah.
For general board game.
I think on that run through, because it was quite difficult on that occasion, but there have been other run throughs where we've been able to get quite far and things have gone well for us.
Absolutely. Adaptation score, I've given it a 6. Like I said, no character flexibility. That's the main downside for me for that. Your brother gave it an 8. He's a lot more into Dark Souls than I am.
Yes. I think he played the game a bit more than you have as well.
Yes. And he likes it. It's his game. He backed it because he liked it.
Yes.
And it is good fun. Don't get me wrong. I haven't ever come away from the game going, I wish I hadn't played that. You know, yeah, we got bad draws last time, but it was still good fun. You gave it a 7.5, which is pretty good. As an adaptation of a computer game, I think they've done pretty well.
Yes.
I mean, Steam Force are a great company. We'll talk more about them in the next
But
part.
then you do have the option, even if you complete all the rooms and get to the boss, you can reset and go again to get more experience.
Yeah.
To aim for those things. It's not if you just die.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is that element that you can go through it again, and once you've learned the behaviours of what happens in each room, it's easier to clear it.
Absolutely, it's one of those. It's
but
like,
it does go through that you're just going through the motions.
yeah, I mean, it's a bit like Skyrim. The more you play it, the easier it becomes to play. There are a lot of expansions for it, a lot of bosses.
So many bosses.
Really good selection. Anything else on that one?
No?
Lovely. We're going to move on to the last game in this section. This is one owned by yourself, Neal.
It is.
It is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, as the board game. Yeah. It was you, Minty, that pointed it out to me and
Oh, yeah.
influenced me in getting this one.
I love the video game. Anybody that doesn't know the Horizon video game franchise, it's set in the future where robots have taken over, so there's like robot animals and stuff, and humanity has regressed, so they're back to using bows and arrows and slingshots and stuff to try and fight these.
And weapons like that to defend themselves and go hunting.
Yeah.
Which is what mainly this board game focuses on, is the hunting aspect rather than the entirety of Horizon.
Yeah, I think they've done quite well in choosing one part of the game.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're looking at another Skyrim. Huge game, really expensive. You know, you could concentrate more on... You could do a dungeon crawler for Skyrim if you really wanted to, but...
That could be fun.
Yeah, this one's more based on the trials
Yes.
you get in the game.
So yeah, it's nice that they're focused on that aspect of Horizon. There's still the upgrading and going to the market, buying things, and upgrading. You're leveling up yourself as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
By through that, you get to modify your action deck essentially to do different things, and there's different routes you can go down to. So there's a variety in that. But to kind of the main points that we discussed, setup wise, was quite straightforward. You do need a bit of space for it all.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much as Skyrim, but you need space for your character and the equipment, and then the player map, and the different boards and tiles that you set up to make the map.
Each scenario is on a different size map as well, isn't it? Really, there's different.
Depending on the difficulty of the scenario, the map will then change.
Yep.
But when you get to the bosses, they can get to really big maps.
Absolutely.
Rulebook we found really well laid out, quite simple and clear to follow. I don't think we had any grey areas in what was going on with what we needed to do. It was quite simple
Absolutely.
to work out, really easy to pick up, and leading into that, the gameplay is also really easy. It's rinse and repeat. It's kind of remembering what the different environment markers mean on the board and using that to your advantage if you need to.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it was quite simple to do, really.
Yeah, it's quite simple but effective. You're in an arena, so we've played it mainly 2-player.
We've done it a couple of times with 3.
Yeah, it becomes a little bit more congested, but you're in an arena. There's a certain amount of
enemies,
and then you have to take them down. You get points for taking them down.
I would say it's semi-cooperative, where you are having to help each other take out all the enemies. Whoever does do them more does get more bonuses and more points.
Absolutely.
For all of that.
It flows really well. It plays really well. I mean, you've never played the computer game and you still like the board game.
I found it a lot of fun.
It's really well done. Obviously, I have a bigger appreciation of it because of the video game.
Yes. But then also leading to the visual eyes, it is just like the video game. I've seen all the artwork, and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was for the board game or for the video game.
Absolutely. They've done a great job of taking over the minis, the
actual sculpts themselves are also exactly like the artwork that you would see in both of it. In our playthrough for this, we faced the Sawtooth. The big T-Rex kind of mechanical monster. We died horribly.
Yeah, we did.
And
we
very
weren't ready.
quickly. No, definitely not. It was a lot of fun, and to have that miniature on the table was quite something, really.
Yes, it looked incredible.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Absolutely huge,
absolutely
towered
incredible.
above our little minis that we had for our hunters.
Yeah, and when it moved around the board, it was horrible because it was just everywhere.
It just crushed everything and could reach everything. It was,
yeah.
A couple of rounds we lasted before we
we
found our demise.
Yeah, there was a couple of lucky breaks, I think.
There was, but not enough.
Not enough. No, there was no way when we got to it was like, we're not going to do this.
No, so much health, it hit so hard that we needed probably a couple more rounds of, you could probably say like a campaign of facing different bosses leading up to that one, and that would be good fun.
Absolutely.
I think adaptation wise, we've scored it the same as Worms and Skyrim. It's all 9.5,
really high
for us, and as a game itself,
awesome.
It's easy to pick up, easy to play, and if it had nothing to do with the franchise itself, it'd still be fun.
Absolutely, yeah. And even just looking at the minis drags some people in. It's enough. Steam Forged are a good company.
Yeah, they'll look even better once they get around to painting them.
Yeah, you enjoy that. We'll have to look at getting that to the table for you as well, Pops. It's really a real good game.
Have you had a chance to play the video game?
I played on it when it first came out, but I wasn't really into big open world explorers back then.
Yep.
So that might have changed now.
Yeah, like now I'm more into the immerse myself into a video game. I think I might give it another go.
Nice.
But it was always something like when the game first came out, like the artwork for it is just incredible because it's white, but it's so colourful.
Yes.
Yep.
And the graphics of the game were just, they blew every other game at the time out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I haven't played the board game, but I would like to hope that kind of feeling is portrayed through the game.
Yeah. Yeah, the miniatures, even the poses for the minis that they've chosen for those are direct from the artwork.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks
original
amazing.
drawing, some of them as well, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. That'll be the end of the main bulk. We're droning on a bit. It's getting a bit late for us.
Scored most of these games quite highly because we do like a variety of different games.
Absolutely. Some of our favourites, as most people can probably tell, we're quite American game heavy here.
In style, yes.
In style, we quite like them. We're not opposed to Euro games. We love some Euro games, but something with a theme is just, especially when the theme is something that we're really interested in, it's just incredible.
Yeah, well, what's been quite useful with the video games is that they do have a soundtrack, so we've always had that on in the background.
So
it really
immersive.
adds to the atmosphere.
Absolutely. The Horizon soundtrack is awesome as well.
Mm.
We're going to move on. It's going to get a bit more somber for a minute. We're going to move on to the news section. At the time of recording, we're recording on the 24th. We had the news yesterday, day before, of the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. We're all... I know me and Pops are fans of Ozzy's. I can see, Neal probably was as well.
He does look a little bit like Geezer Butler.
Should we get him some...
Just not as grey.
Absolutely.
That's coming, don't worry.
after watching the last hurrah of Black Sabbath the other week, it didn't look good for him.
No, but I imagine he probably would have wanted that anyway, to be there for his last.
Oh, gotcha. Absolutely. I mean, it was hard
Last
to watch him sit in that chair and sing, but it was really nice to be able to... that he actually got that,
Yes.
before passing. I mean, it's a big shock for everyone. We've spent all day listening to Ozzy today, and my daughter's been walking around singing Mr. Crowley and Crazy Train all day. It is a big loss. Not that anybody related to Ozzy is going to listen to this, but obviously condolences go out to his family and to his fans, those people out there that idolise him, whatever. You just got to look at like
Youngblood.
Youngblood.
The landscape of heavy metal,
Yep.
Heavy metal was born with Black Sabbath, so John Michael Osborne.
Yeah, if you get a chance,
enjoy.
do go online and look at some videos. His one when he first sees the bubbles for one of his tours is incredible.
Yeah.
I believe Amazon Prime have just put up the Osbournes again as well.
Yeah, the Osbourne's been on Amazon Prime for a while now, but they've really started pushing it. So go back and watch that from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit less than 20 years, but yeah.
From all of us, I think it's rest in peace, Ozzy. News today, 24th. Pops showed me just before we started to record.
The silly little racist.
Yeah. The Hulk Hogan has passed.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be some people that are sad about it.
I
I didn't really agree with his political and...
I didn't agree with his political opinion, but his career-wise...
In terms of being an entertainer, he was up there.
For anybody that doesn't know who Hulk Hogan is, sort yourself out for one. But no, he was
lived under a rock.
Yeah, he's a professional. Well, was a professional wrestler. Hulkamania through him. The original Skullet, where he had bald on the top and the mullet hair down the back.
What a look!
Yeah, he's iconic. He is. At one point, he was wrestling.
He was wrestling. He was American culture.
I know.
Pop culture,
I don't agree with him. His point of views, but his entrance music is awesome.
Yeah, like he was like it was. We're not going to get into too much wrestling right here, but he was very at a time when wrestling was going through this seismic shift. It was all its own areas and all that, and then Vince McMahon Jr. takes over from Vince McMahon Sr., and all of a sudden there's this national thing. And then Hulkamania kind of brought everything together. It kind of made wrestling like not your grannies and your handbags watching, and the slam of Andre at WrestleMania, I'm pretty sure it was WrestleMania, is just iconic. It
Absolutely.
Is pop culture. Like, with Oasis reforming, with everything else that kind of goes on with Black Sabbath and all of this, pop culture, Hulkamania was a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Big,
if you speak to anyone, even if they didn't like wrestling, most people know of Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm. No, he was in the Rocky films. He was in many other films. He was also in a film that I think Vince made him do because he wanted to go and do another film. So Vince, WWF Studios put this film out with him in it because they wouldn't let him go and do.
Absolutely. As controversial as he was, it is still a shock to most of us. I know he was ill, but
Yeah, supposedly I've read somewhere, whether it's true or not, is that him and Jimmy Hart were at karaoke a couple of days ago. Till the end.
till the end, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's another. It's a bit somber, but here we are. We couldn't go through without talking about it, really.
Yeah, pay our respects to influences within our lives and childhoods
Absolutely.
and whatever.
So obviously, we normally I would like to play some Aussie and some Hulk Hogan. I'm a real American, but for copyright reasons, we're not going to.
We're not going to.
We don't get paid for this, and I'm not paying for the copyright. But yeah, I think for today that's pretty much it, isn't it? I mean, we've droned on a little bit about some of it.
We have a bit more game related, has just been announced today, is that GameFound, one of the crowdfunding websites, is relatively new, has just acquired Indiegogo.
Yes. An original crowdfund.
Yes, well, one that's been going a lot longer than they have. It'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll try and keep people updated on that. I believe Indiegogo is still going to be going, just under a new banner.
Yes, I believe they'll be sharing sites as well, so you can still use either your GameFound or Indiegogo credentials to log into both. So they'll be sharing that aspect. GameFound will still be dedicated to tabletop games, but they just have a new aspect and umbrella with Indiegogo, which have focused on tech, design, film, and the arts. So it'll be interesting to see how they explore that aspect.
Absolutely.
Kind of speaking about GameFound as well, I think there's a bit more momentum going for Tekken as well that's up on there. It is a video game podcast and we haven't mentioned Tekken yet.
Yeah.
The miniatures look incredible. They look absolutely fantastic, but they're all still computer generated.
Yeah.
So what that transpires to could be somewhat amazing. I think the game is still in preview at the moment.
The campaign's not out yet.
But it feels like that campaign's been going for,
they've
they've announced it for so long.
They're hyping it. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to discuss a little bit about tariffs, and that's probably one of the reasons why this is on hold. There's a few games that...
There are quite a few games that are waiting to see how things settle.
Absolutely, but yeah, we'll go a bit more into that in the next one. Is there anything else?
No,
All
I believe
good.
we've covered what we need to cover on this one.
Lovely. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Please remember to follow us on Spotify, on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. I have pretty much closed down the X account now. I don't agree with anything that's going on X, so that's going to be gone soon. Please leave us a review. Please let your friends, family, enemies, cat, dog, whatever know.
Goldfish.
I was over the moon when I woke up and saw that we were over 200 plays. I think one of our episodes is pushing slowly towards 100, the first episode that we did.
That's good.
And for
Steady
us,
progress.
it's really good. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
Ta-ra.